శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో MBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good morning everyone. I am Vijay Chandar, Assistant Professor in EEE Department, and I am here to deliver the subject called Utilization of Electrical Energy. The main objective of this course is very simple. It will teach how to use the proper equipment for the better utilization. So we have to know what equipment we have to use for what reason. For example, the tube light. Nowadays everyone using LED light, right? But in olden days they are using fluorescent lamp. So with the fluorescent lamp, the utilization of the equipment or the life of the equipment is less compared to the LED, and the efficiency will be increased by using LED. So government also suggesting that everyone has to use LED lights instead of the olden ones. And this course will teach us how to heat the equipment by using electrical energy, how to weld the equipment by using electrical energy, and what are the basic methods of illuminations, and what are the properties of illumination, and the traction system. So whenever we are going to choose a motor for one particular operation, basically we will focus on its torque and speed, but for proper application we need a proper motor. Suppose if we need high starting torque, then we have to go for series motor, DC series motor. In the same way, if it is AC, if it is a constant speed application, then we have to choose synchronous motor. And the one more thing is, whenever we are using a motor, the controlling will be easy. If we control the motor easily, then it will be very good for us. So coming to the first unit teaches how to select a motor. So first of all, we will know what is a electrical drive. The system which controls the motion of electrical machine is called electrical drive. So it will contains a controlling unit, a source, and a motor. So in this block diagram it is explained like this. So we are giving a source, and that source we are giving to power module to motor to load. If everything is okay, then there is no need of the feedback system like that sensing unit and controlling unit. But in our daily needs we need variable speed for the motor. So we need a sensing unit, what speed that this motor is running now, and we are giving a input command, and with that input command we are taking a feedback from the motor and sending back to the power modular source. So with that we are going to control the load of our daily need. The advantages are very good for using electrical energy compared to the mechanical energy. If you are using electrical energy, the cost of electrical drive is very less compared to the mechanical drive. So if you are comparing if one application is done by both the systems, electrical drive and mechanical drive, the cost point of view, if you are choosing an electrical drive, it is very cheap than the mechanical drive, and because electrical energy will not give any pollution, so it is pollution free system, and the remote controlling operation is possible in electrical energy. Remote controlling operation means we can control it by sitting a remote area, and speed controlling method is possible, and installation is very easy. Installation of electrical system is very easy, and it is very flexible too. Maintenance cost is less, and if you are going for a long run operation, if you choose an electrical drive, it is very good for us. And we need a less space for electrical drive, and it is high efficiency compared to the other methods. So ultimately, if you are going for electrical drive, the system will give high efficiency, and it will be friendly for us. But even though this much of advantages, some drawbacks are there in electrical drives. One is, if there is no supply, no system will work. So purely supply will decide the system. Next, if it is a power failure or it is short circuit, then it will leads many problems. And application of electrical drive is limited. Only whenever there is a electrical source, we will apply electrical drive. If it is not, if we are not having any electrical source, then we cannot apply electrical drive, and fault leads to several problems. So coming to the point, the selection of motor will be depends upon the nature of supply, type of drive, nature of load, electrical characteristics of the motor, mechanical considerations, and rating of the machine, and finally the cost. So we will see the point by point now. So first one, nature of supply. So generally we are having two supplies. One is called DC supply and second one is called AC supply. So in AC, again there are two categories. One is called single phase and second one is called three phase. So generally we are not preferring DC, because DC supply need extra equipment, like it needs rectifier unit, it needs commutator, and DC motor cost is very high compared to the AC machines, because nowadays all are using AC. Only special applications need DC motors. So generally we are going with AC, because we are readily available AC supply. So AC supply will be using for our daily applications. So the supply that we are going to choose is AC. Next one, type of drives. So what type of drive that this motor has to run? Is it and the drive will be divided into three categories depending upon their operation. One is called group drive, second one is called individual drive, third one is multi-motor drive. So depending upon operation, the drives are divided into three, and we have to choose a motor such that it will matches the particular drive. So if it comes to group drive, it is categorized as, or it is identified as, if one motor is driving all the works, all the loads, then it is called group drive, or simply if it is defined as the group drive is a drive in which a single electrical motor drives the group of working machines. So if you are seeing the diagram, so there is only one motor and all are driven by the shaft and a pulleys, So on main shaft we are providing a pulley, and on that pulley we are, with the help of belt we are driving the loads. So this is the systematic diagram for group drive. So group drive will have only one motor, and the loads are many, and all the loads are run by a single motor. So advantage, because we are using only one motor, so capital cost will be less, but the drawback is if that motor fails, all the works will be stopped. If that particular whatever I am saying, a single motor, if it fails, the work stops. And speed control is not preferred for group drive, because each load will have different speeds, so different speed will not be provided with group drive. Next one, individual drive. So group drive will leads a single motor runs n number of loads, but individual drive will in this each motor will runs each load. So one motor will do only one work, so automatically the efficiency will be high in this. So this is the systematic diagram of individual drive, where the single motor is connected to a load point, preferably basically it is a lathe machine, so where we are having only one motor, and that motor is connected to the load with the help of pulley. So advantages are installation of individual drive is very easy. If fault occurs, if it is a fault, then only one application will be interrupted, the remaining will be as it is. But the drawback is, because each load needs each motor, so the capital cost will be very high compared to the group drive. Multi-motor drive. This is a drive where n number of motors will do n number of works. If you are taking a crane as an example, crane for lifting a object need one motor, for moving a shaft it need another motor, for moving the rotor or the pulley up and down it needs one motor. So it is multi-motor drive. Or we can take one more example as packing machine, milk packing machine. So milk packing machine have different motors. One will measure the milk quantity, second one fill it, and third one packing it, the fourth one moving it, and the last one it will shift to one ad. So multi-motor drive will have n number of motors for n number of works. So this is the basic information of the motor, and we need different motors for different applications. So for constant motors we need some applications, for variable loads we need some applications, for high starting torque we need some applications. So depending upon different applications we are going to take different motors, and that will be discussed tomorrow. Thank you.